Yeah. You on vibrate, big dog?
Oh, man. We'll find out.
Big try back. You ready? Yeah, there. Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody, to the What If Podcast, where possibility begins. It's your boy CJ.
It's your boy Travel here.
And it's your boy Jones. Yeah, man, back for another interesting week, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm telling y'all, I know we ain't talked too much about it, but I think we got a decent topic today, man.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Oh.
You see what I'm saying? Big week last week, man. Had a pretty good week myself. Just speaking for myself. Started the renovation at the property.
Yeah.
Got the painting done on the outside. House, man, like a whole new house, man.
Yeah.
A whole new house, man. I've been grinning like this right here all week.
Yeah.
So it was a good week, man. And another thing, spend a lot of time kind of the way I wanted to spend it. You know what I mean? Up in the morning, a routine that I wanted to do. You know what I mean? As far as lifting weights, meditating, or stretching, or whatever it is. You know what I mean? It's a nice little routine. Get out and do, handle my business in the afternoons, and then have so much time to spend with my wife. You know what I mean? Or with my friends, or with anything. You know what I mean? Really prioritizing just relationships and friendships this week. Yeah. So it was a good week, man. Had a lot of lunches, a lot of walks to the park. We went to the museum. You know, I mean, just little enriching stuff. You know what I mean? Came, towed some heads up in cards last night with some friends. You know what I mean? And
I heard you lost though, but
you heard who lost?
I heard you lost.
Interesting.
Somebody lied.
But
I was sleepy.
Yeah, it was sleepy and delusional.
What?
But like I said, fellas, all around good week for myself, man.
That's what's up.
I'm pass that to whoever trying to get it. Go ahead, big Jarvis. Talk to us.
But yeah, man. Once again, it's your boy Jarvis. But nah, man. This past week was pretty decent. Had a good week. Of course, I was in and out of school, chatting with the students. Just seeing what their minds was
The kids
at.
back? You back at the castle?
Yeah, man. Back at the castle.
Back at the castle.
So just grinding it out pretty much. But like I was saying, man, just reaching out to the kids and see what their mindset was at. You know, just try to lead them and, you know, just try to be as much as help as I can be to them. Like J. Cole said, I feel like I'm in the middle of two generations. Call me big bro, little bro, all at once. But yeah, like I said, I just try to reach out and just mentor as much as I can and just try to, you know, just steer the youth in the right direction. But it was pretty good.
No trouble out there? Not too much trouble?
Nah, not too much trouble.
That's good, man.
Not too much trouble.
They were a little chill coming back off spring break, or was it a little more hype than usual? How that work in high school nowadays?
To me, they was chill. Because this week I had, you know, some pretty decent classes. I had, PE 2 days, and then I subbed half in art. And like Friday, I was like in three locations because they was missing subs, so they just had me bouncing around class to class and just pretty much helping out.
A little something new every day, huh?
But yeah, man, like I said, I feel good. Like I said, I created a big presence in the school, especially at Windsor Forest. Like when I walk through the hallways, I hear everybody, Mr. E, Mr. Ellis, what's up? How you been? And so it's like I said, it's a good feeling to get that from the kids. But like I said, overall, it was a good week. Of course, today, spent time with the family. So that was a lovely feeling. We went out to eat pretty much, me, my sister, nieces and nephews, and sister boyfriend pretty much. And, you know, just embrace each other, had some good laughter, talked about the week. And, you know, so ended off on a good note. And, you know, of course, today, you know, it was a good day, Duke play. So I ain't get too much in all of that. But, yeah, it was a pretty decent week.
We had a big game today.
Yeah.
Try.
Hey, I've been just getting by them last 2 games. I know.
Squeezing. Man, they freshmen, man, but they stepping up, man.
Yeah.
They step up big, and That ball just bounced the right way.
That's right, man. Well, man, for me, man, I think, like I say, man, it was the first week back at school since spring break. I think I was still in vacation mode, so probably about Tuesday afternoon, Wednesday morning, man.
Yeah.
Nah, but it was a good week, man. I think this week, man, I don't know, man. I think I was grinding hard all week, man.
Back in the weight room.
Yeah, back in the weight room. Felt good to finally get back in there. Had time to do what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't even sore the next day, you know. So
that day after the next day be that day too.
We'll see, man. I'm ready for it. But yeah, I had a pretty good week. Also, I had the opportunity to do another book reading and signing this week at a former school I used to work at, Maggie's Morning School.
I met Miss Maggie this week, man.
Yeah.
Met Miss Maggie.
Yeah, man, that was another awesome experience. I had the privilege to go there and read my book, do a book signing, take pictures with all the families and stuff like that. So that was a good time, and it was a little bittersweet, you know, because that's where I used to work, and a lot of people may know or may not know. Maggie's Morning School been around for almost 40 years, man, as long as you can remember.
Right.
And I remember just back in the day being little, everybody was like, yeah, man, we're going to Chuck E. Cheese, right there by the crayons, the crayon sign.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And for years, that was like a landmark for Chuck E. Cheese. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it was way more than that, man. But they'll be closing down this year. This is their last year. Yeah, Maggie's closing down. So it was just a honor and a privilege to be able to, share these last few months and moments with them. So that was my week, man.
That's a good week, man.
Yeah.
I think we all had a pretty solid one.
Yeah.
So hopefully that allows us to have a good conversation today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we'll see how it goes. Yep, that's all good. So one conversation we had this week was about the education system.
Right.
And we did say that we would try to touch on that today. But before we start, there's an analogy, or I guess it's an analogy that I've heard that I want to kind of explore and see what y'all think about it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it's somebody in there explaining, trying to explain life, the concept of life.
Yeah.
And they're talking, and his claim is that life is beautiful. You know what I mean? Mm. That it's an event, and it's a beautiful event to watch unfold, I guess you can say.
Right.
But he said there are two ways, you can view life. You can view it like a garden, or you can view it like a rainforest. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I would say that both are beautiful.
Right.
I can look at a garden and it can be nice and trimmed. It can just look nice, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Flowers or whatever the kind of garden it may be. But we watch a lot of the geography channels and whatnot.
I had to say a rainforest.
Right. And it's beautiful too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Just hearing that rain is peaceful.
Oh man, they show images. You got the mist going over it, and all exotic kind of plants, and just the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
But in a garden, it's real structured. You know what I mean? Real involved.
Yeah. You
got to get in them. Weeds are not ideal. You pull those up, and things, little grasses and all growing wild and all. You kind of want to get rid of those things and keep it nice and neat and trim. And then the rainforest is the exact opposite. You know what I mean? Yeah. Stuff just growing all over the place, and it just kind of all weaves and works together. You know what I mean? And nobody touches it. Nobody grooms it. Nobody comes in and, plucks the weeds up and plants fresh grass or any of that.
Right.
It's self-sustaining. You know what I mean? And I guess what he was getting at is that life is just more like that rainforest. You know what I mean? And we're kind of taught to treat it like it's a garden. You know what I mean? You want to keep it nice and trimmed. You got to be involved. You got to make stuff. He said, but there's still beauty in the rainforest. You know what I mean? The rainforest is beautiful and it's natural and just kind of unfolds and happens by itself. And the weeds that you may say are not beautiful or don't fit, they actually do fit if you allow the other things to grow up around it and just allow it to be a whole process in itself. You know what I mean? So, I guess I want to ask what y'all think about that.
What?
Okay, let's narrow it down. That's talking about life.
Right.
All right. What's the way to ask the question? Which do you feel is the better way to approach life? From an aspect that says I need to be involved to maintain the beauty and maintain the flow and make sure things are efficient, or more of a I can trust that these things fit together, even if they don't appear to be beautiful by themselves. You know what I mean? Like we said with the rainforest got the weeds.
Basically,
you know
the
what I mean?
Rainforest of the garden.
Right, it's spider webs going all over the place and all, but like I said, you can still look at it and say, dang, all together, it's still beautiful. You know what I mean? Like when they give you that one shot with it all together, it's like, you know, that works. It does fit together. But you wouldn't allow that to happen in your backyard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like right now, I'm like, man, I gotta get out there and get them weeds up, man. There's weeds growing on the side of the house, spring, you know what I mean? So, just an approach to life.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I don't think it's a right or wrong answer, really, because in my opinion, you probably need a little bit of both.
And see, that's what I was getting. That's exactly what I was going to get at.
I think you do need a little bit of both, you know what I mean?
Right, like you said, the first one is, you know what I'm saying, you do want to be involved. I think you do want to be involved, you know what I'm saying? Hence the word involved, awareness, mindful. You do want to be aware of what's going on, you know what I'm saying? But you also want to be able to, like you said, let all of that stuff just work together. Right. You know what I'm saying? Just let it all work together for the better for you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everything not always going to be right all the time, but it's just those experiences, you know what I'm saying, that makes it a learning experience and also just more better for you, for yourself. Right. Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both, man. It all kind of work together. I don't think it should be just like, I don't think it should just be like the garden, like you say, but if I had to take one of those things from the garden, it would be, be involved, you know what I'm saying? Know what's going on, but still kind of just let the world work, man. Let it do its thing.
So be present and be aware.
That's it.
But still allowing things to unfold. Right. And that's probably how it should be. But I guess a lot of the frustration and the anguish and depression and the whole whatnot comes from trying to be so in control of the process. Right. Not trusting that the rainforest could be a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? Not trusting that you know what I mean? Dang, it's weeds right there. I got to get the weeds up. You know what I mean? And then to say that a weed is not a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? Big Jarvis.
Yes, sir. My turn?
Yeah, man. Just as far as things, you know, our opinions of things not fitting together, or things not working, when in fact it may, you know what I mean, it could still be the right thing. Right. Talk to us.
As I said, the analogy that you brought up was beautiful. The interpretation that I got with the first part, you said the garden, which is like you said, be attentive, be alert, be aware, be mindful, and what else I want to say? I want to throw in utilizing time, kind of. Okay. So that's good. That's kind of what I would first start, and then I had to think about like you said, rainforest. Rainforest, what I interpreted was just going with the flow, kind of.
Okay.
Go with the flow, and then let the chips fall kind of where they may.
Right.
And it's something a beautiful outcome will come about. But like you said, you kind of have to have both. I'll say kind of more so the garden, because you want to be you want to be fully aware of what's going on.
Right.
You want to be attentive. Like I said, my mind to tell me you want to do life, don't let life kind of do you.
Right.
So you want to be attentive and be aware and be focused. And like I said, when you see something, be alert, be aware of it, and don't sit back and let it, I would say, kind of don't let it, I want to say affect you, but say for example, if you see a weed and you just let it sit there, you be like, okay, I get it later. And then next day comes, I get it later. So as soon as you know that little weed, grows. So that's just like a quick example. But like you say, you kind of have to have both, but more so kind of the garden. But sometimes you have to let some things go with the flow, kind of.
I feel you.
And let the chips fall with you, fall with them, as I say.
You say more so garden, more so rainforest.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I said if I had to choose one or the other, it would definitely be a rainforest. But I say you need a little bit of both, and I'm just sitting here thinking, like you said, the garden is still understanding what's going on. Just think about a garden compared to a rainforest. A garden is
it's like organized kind of.
No,
the size.
Yeah, it's just like
right.
It's one size. You know what I'm saying? I can't think of the word I'm looking for. It's just
it's tunnel vision. It's narrow minded.
Right. It's like you in this box. You know what I'm saying? It's boundaries. It's boundaries with a garden. The garden start here and end here. With the rainforest, it's boundaries, but it's what I'm saying? It's
more boundless and free.
Right.
And responsibilities.
It's all over the place.
Right. It's abundant. It's three. What is it? 3 different levels in the rainforest.
Oh, man,
The canopy. I know that's the top, and I love science, but we ain't
don't embarrass me.
Yeah, we ain't gonna get there.
And I'm just sitting here like, yep.
But you know what I'm saying? It's just like I said, a garden it's boundaries. So it's like you putting boundaries on yourself. You know what I'm saying? You putting limits on yourself. With a rainforest, it's not really any limits. It's miles and miles of rainforest.
And what I was saying about vision, I think both of them would also be about how you view things. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. A garden is like boom, everything's right here. I can see it all. I can manage it. You know what I mean? Right. I know everything that's going on, and then the rainforest is like the whole picture. You know what I mean?
So that's what I was trying to say. The garden is like that comfort zone. Your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you won't get out of that comfort zone. And I'll take a trip to the rainforest.
That's a good way to view it.
Yeah, man. That's definitely interesting. That's somewhere where I don't even think that my mind originally went. You know, I didn't think about it.
It did. Yeah, I told you when you said rainforest, I was like, okay, going with the flow. You let everything just fall where they may. It might come out something beautiful.
Right.
And then,
it does come out as something beautiful. Mm-hmm. So we're talking about like weeds and things that, vines and stuff. What are some real things that could be? You know what I mean? And this is just a brief example. And it's nothing real deep. Mm-hmm. But I was thinking about this earlier this week. So I'm riding and I'm thinking about it. And I'm merging on the 95. And it's a truck right there, but he won't let me get over. You know what I mean?
I hate that.
Like a big old truck, and I'm like, dog,
rub you off the road. Like, what's up?
And it's like, bro, just oblivious that I'm right there. It's like he not moving. So, like you said, as far as being attentive, I've gotten to the point now to where I'm, and no guru type job by far, but I am much more aware. You know what I mean? As far as emotions, feelings, what's going on in the moment. I really am much more aware. You know what I mean? And so I felt, you know, little spark, little energy. Might be able to call that a little anger or whatever it may have been, but I felt it come up, and then boom, right there I was just like, Rainforest Garden. Just the analogy, because I had been thinking about it already that morning. You know what I mean? So then, boom, it just spit it back at me like Rainforest Garden, and I kind of chuckled about it. Like, you know what I mean? All right, let's see what the Rainforest is about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then also thinking that, okay, if life not going the way I say or how I said it should go, do I need to adjust, or does life need to adjust? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, which one of us going at the wrong speed? Me or life? You feel me? And then that's the Rainforest mentality. Like, okay, I'm just gonna go at this. It's just gonna go however it happens. You know what I mean? And can you just wander and let everything happen? I don't think that's what we're saying. I think it's more of allowing things to happen, not being empty-minded. You know what I mean? But just allowing experiences to happen. You know what I mean? And not dwelling on them. Do I say that I should eliminate that moment where I have a flash of anger? No, I don't think I should eliminate that moment. Should I dwell on that moment and speed up behind the truck and try to get beside him and mug him while I'm riding by him? And should I do that? Nah, you know what I'm saying? I'm aware it happened. Boom, it's you know what I mean. I don't need to dictate it no more. I don't need to maintain the garden after that. You know what I mean? So
just let it go, pretty much.
Yeah. you know what I mean? Just let it go, or just allow it. Forget let it go. What I mean, let it go, make it seem bad. Just allow it all to. All right, boom. I'm just gonna allow it all to happen. You know what I mean? Allow myself to be myself. You know what I mean? And allow it all. Allow everything. Like, I ain't gonna beat myself like, dang man, I got mad again, bro. I gotta stop getting. You know what I mean? Nah, I just don't need to turn into a road rage lunatic, losing it all over the place when every little thing don't go my way. Right. That's what need to be controlled. It's a little rant. Yeah. But then bring all that full circle, just narrow the scope all the way down to the education system. You know what I mean? And what we were talking about, and that it kind of creates this atmosphere where mistakes aren't welcome and where order has to be maintained. It has to be strict this way. You know what I mean? And then you need to control how everything goes. You know what I mean? And not allowing for people to get knocked down and get back up. It's bad to get knocked down. Right. You know what I mean? It's bad to have red all over your paper. It's shameful. So, I mean, I know y'all two are educators, man. Do you think that the education system kind of reinforces this mindset that mistakes aren't good? And is that a reality? You know what I mean? Does that really prepare someone for life to be like, you got to get it right this time, and if you don't, you fail, and that failure is bad. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, I definitely agree. Well, I would definitely agree that they do make it seem like failure is a bad thing. And that, you know, it needs to be done the right way. It got to be done this way. You got to score this on this. And, you know what I'm saying? And do I think that's helping the kids? Will be beneficial for them in the long run? No, I don't. Because like you said, they're going to feel like, hey, everything got to be done right. And if it's not done right, then it's, you know, that's what comes with the anxiety, the depression, the stress, all the other problems that just trickle down and affect you in different areas of your life. Right. But yeah, no, I mean, one thing I really don't like about the school system and it's just my personal opinion, you know. I want to keep my job. But I really disagree with the whole standardized testing, you know what I'm saying? And I know they don't do it so much in elementary school, but it's more of like, you know, middle school and high school that, hey, look, y'all got to come pass this test if y'all want to go to the next grade.
Right.
Or you got to come pass this test if you want to graduate.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So I went to school for a whole 12 years, and y'all telling me that I got to take this one test, and if I don't pass it, basically them 12 years was null and void. You know what I'm saying? Like that makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
And then you trying to base their knowledge on one day. Like, you don't know what happened when these kids woke up in the morning. Like, what kind of morning they had. What they went through the night before. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so now they got to come in and take this test and may not be in the right mind state to take a test. Right. Emotionally or physically. Now they fail it, and then I was, you know, they got the low test scores, and you know what I'm saying, and I think that kind of hurts kids' self-esteem. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's what they should be doing. They should be trying to build it up. So
you say, you talk about what's going on outside the classroom and all. It sounds like the Rainforest interfering with the garden education system that we created, and I think that happens in any system that you create like that, where you put so much structure in it.
Right. You
know what I mean? And you don't allow for these freedoms. Mm-hmm. And one place that I said, I'm an English major, you know what I mean?
Right.
And we studied education in my senior whatever class that was. Mm. But one of the things was like dealing with English, when you tell someone that the way that they speak is wrong, you know what I mean? Because it doesn't fit this standard, mm-hmm. right? And it's different, but it's not wrong, you know what I mean? Because the whole point of language is just to communicate. The whole point of communication is just to be understood. Right. Mm-hmm. So if I say it and you understand it,
that's all that matters.
It ain't wrong. You know what I mean? Because we have an agreement, you know what I mean? We have agreed that we understand what all these words mean, these phrases, and when you use it like this, we've agreed on that. Yeah. So it's not wrong, you know what I mean? So if you're teaching me to make separate agreements, then that's one thing. But to tell me that agreement is wrong, no, you know what I mean? That agreement does not fit with this agreement. Mm-hmm. But it's not wrong, you know what I mean? Like one thing that I said back then when I was in this class was, you can't go to the bank and speak any kind of way, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I mean, you can, but you're not going to get the desired results, right? But the same thing, an employee from the bank can't go to certain neighborhoods and speak any kind of way, and I mean they can, but they may not get the desired results. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of both ways. Is he wrong for speaking that way here? I mean, he not wrong. It's just not kind of the place for that. You know what I mean? And I think once you teach people that way, then you create better citizens. Mm-hmm. You let people know, no, it's not wrong. You know what I mean? It's just different. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then if I taught you, okay, well, yeah, it's cool. You can say it like that. And there's a whole thing called African American vernacular, you know what I mean, that is actually a structured language. Mm-hmm. So to say, okay, that is fine, but maybe you should also consider learning this just for economic advantage. You know what I mean? Right. Just because you're going to need this every now and again. Not no right and wrong type thing, not saying that you should talk like this. Just once you get into these type of institutions, you know, you want to pay your phone bill and all this, that, and third. It'll be good to know this. Yeah. You know what I mean? It'll help you out a little bit. Right. You know what I mean? When you go for your job interviews or whatever, it'll help you out a little bit. It's just a tool at that point. You know what I'm saying? Now it's not right or wrong. You're not degrading me and beating me down and then give me a chance to interact with it. You know what I mean? But what you think, BJ? You're an educator as well, man. Talk to us.
I mean, I've only been
It's all right.
Education system for what, about 6 months, 7
Actually,
months?
you was in the education system for 12 years, and you went to
I mean,
college.
yeah, I'm talking about like as
Another
a
4
teacher.
years.
You've been there long enough to get an opinion.
But yeah, I'm spot on. I agree with Travis. But I tell kids, because I'm in a high school, like, man, school, all it is just pretty much grooming you to learn and develop concept, understand concept, and be aware of concepts, and so forth and so on. But when I break it down to kids, I was like, I don't know, this might come out wrong, but I tell kids, I like, really, school, it prepares you for two things. It prepares you, to me, it prepares you for a corporation you about to go work for, you about to go slave for when you get out of high school, or it's going to prepare you for jail.
Okay.
Because if you think about it, all right, because like I said, everything is, that's what I'm saying, might come off wrong. Because like, all right, just think about it. Like you said, everything is structured. If you don't fit that criteria structure, then
okay, I get where you're going.
You feel it?
I
Then
get where you're going.
you out of line. Then it's gotta be a repercussion behind it.
I get it.
You feel me? You already dressed in uniform. You feel me? You already walking down long hallways. You obeying by command. You gotta listen to orders. When you speak out or voice your opinion, you're wrong.
But that's inside and outside of school.
I'm saying though, that's preparing you. That's
ready. That's what I'm saying.
So I'm saying, like, if it's a different way you got now. But to me, that's why I feel like it. Because like I said, you got to obey authority. So that's how I interpret it. I mean, that's how I view it. But like Travis said, like, they don't give a chance, to me, they don't give a chance to let you voice your opinion, let you seek out freedom of speech, let you pretty much be you. They try to me, also, it kind of like shove you down, kind of don't let you kind of be yourself. And then, like I said, you always got to obey by authority and this and that. But like I said, to me, that's why I feel like it's leading the kids and steering the kids. Because like I said, I had a conversation with a lot of kids, especially in high school, and they feel like school is worthless. Like, I had a young lady, she in 9th grade, just got out of high school. She was like, Mr. Ellis, you ain't gonna see me next year. I'm dropping out and get my GED. I'm like, dang, why you? You just in 9th grade. Like, why you already having these thoughts and decisions and stuff? So, to me, I feel like you have to make school more interesting again. You gotta take back some of the technology and make school interesting again.
Nah, I disagree with that. I like the technology in the school. I think as long as it's utilized the proper way.
In a proper way.
That is very beneficial in the school.
Yeah, trust me. I'm a technology major. I get what you're saying with that, but some of...
I mean, technology as far as... Now, yeah, like now they we was going to school where you get caught with a cell phone, it's over with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But now, that's just like your book bag now.
Yeah. I don't so much have a problem with what's taught. I just have a problem with the way it comes off.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I have a problem with what's taught because some of it lies.
I mean, as far as I wouldn't get into a debate with somebody as far as content. Maybe you could allow for more art type stuff and make that more of a priority. Introduce some more art, especially music. You know what I mean? Music is just, people communicate with music. Music binds whole groups of people together. You know what I mean? Music make a whole club full of people just get on one accord.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Make a whole church full of people just get on one accord. Like, music is powerful, so...
I feel like, what about accounting? I feel like accounting should be...
even if it wasn't even accounting, just about money and wealth in general.
Yeah.
Should those things be in there as far as content-wise? Yeah. Should the math and the English and stuff stay?
Definitely.
I think it should. I mean, why change all that? Yeah, but like I said, once you teach it, just the way you go about teaching it should also be adjusted.
Because listen, the way they teaching math right now in elementary school, it's crazy, bro. It's like that we teaching first graders how to do something as simple as 7 plus 8, which is something that should take 1 or 2 steps. Like they having first graders go through process steps that it's giving them like 8 or 9 steps just to solve a simple problem like 8 plus 7. Like, and I don't understand it. Like, it's crazy because even some of the parents was like, hey, we don't understand this. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on?
I just learned how to...
Right, count up. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
I mean, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand why it's got to be all of this. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's wasting time, taking time from stuff that these kids really should be learning and can be learning, and you know, it can be much quicker. And you can get more stuff done in a run of a day.
Some of that stuff should definitely be simplified. But like I said, I think that's with kind of every institution. And the thing is not to pick on the education system. It's just to show just the contrast. You know what I mean? When you try to impose that garden-like mentality on something that is very unique and alive and complex. Like you said, Travis, as human beings, you don't know what that person has experienced, what experience they're bringing inside of that classroom, what they've seen, or even the way that they communicate that would make inherently just make it more difficult to understand what you are saying and why you're saying it that way. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just inherently, you know what I mean? But then to treat it as if everybody started from the same, you know what I mean? Like treating human beings just like a blank slate. That's not cool. You know what I mean? Because if somebody actually does speak like that away from here, then they're going to have an advantage. You know what I mean? And my mother was very mindful about how she spoke. Like if I said, where is it at? She would say behind that preposition at. Because that let me know that you can't end a sentence with a preposition. You know what I mean? So for myself inside the school system, I was good. Yeah. Cause Mom Dukes was blowing me with with it all the time. So as far as speaking correctly, now my surroundings also forced me to understand other kind of communication. Yeah. But at the house, that, you know what I'm saying? So I understood, okay, it's 2. You know what I mean? Because if I go out to the house and don't say where it's at, then, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to have to deal with something on that end too. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, boom, I'm like, okay, boom, it's 2. But this not no grading system. Ain't nobody telling me I'm going to fail if I don't get it right. You know what I mean? Might get a little ridicule or something, but it's different. You know what I mean? It's not high stakes. And it's easy to adjust. They call it code switching. You know what I mean? And the education system is to teach people that that's a real thing. Yeah. Like, boom, oh, no. Yeah, it is. It's a whole bunch of different languages. It ain't like this one right and that one wrong. It's a whole bunch of them. We're just going to teach you where to use them. Right. You know what I mean? How to use it. We're just gonna refine it a little bit. We're going to tighten you up a little bit. But that's it. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, I think there's some value in that, man. Don't tell nobody they wrong. It's different.
Man, then not only is you tell them they wrong, but then you know what I'm saying, sometimes you don't even give them an explanation or you know what I'm saying, at least try to help them out or nothing. Nothing. It's just no. Wrong. Yep, you're wrong. Yep. Do it over.
Too many kids, and then you got so much stuff that they had to get to the way you can't slow down and make sure somebody get it.
I mean, even in college.
Why is it that much stuff that we have to get to? Like, why we gotta get to all that? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you just introduce me to it, and if I like it, it's something I like, then I take it and I explore it further. Then I go learn all that by myself. Why everybody gotta learn all that? You know what I mean? And because they gotta know all of this, and you gotta get all of this before we get to the test, now you don't got no time to slow down when I don't get it. Yeah. And not even understand why I don't get it. Right. You know what I mean? And there could be legit reasons that I don't get it.
Right. And I think a lot of times, and I would just be speaking for myself personally in school, especially when it came to math, man, it was a lot of stuff in math that I just didn't get. But during class, I didn't really bother to be the one like everybody understand. Yeah, I got it. You know what I'm saying? You can't be the one to be like, nah, I don't understand. You know what I'm saying?
Probably overhead the class and understand.
Right, but nobody wanted to speak up because of that fear of failure and not gonna be able to get the help.
School education has that stigma, and
right?
Like that, it's not cool to be wrong, and that is so contradictory to life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For me, it was. Me, I knew the material, I knew the concept. With me, it was just that pressure. Like, when it's time to take that test, you gotta pass this, or you gotta pass this. Especially like in college, my senior exam, man, I ain't gonna lie, man, I almost cried during the exam. Cause that pressure, dog, like certain people can't handle that. Yeah, some people can't handle that pressure. And like, that was kind of me growing up. Like, for example, of course, we was in high school. Like, around the time we was graduating, like, a lot of people was like, okay, man, if you fail the graduation test, man, you dumb, dog. Like, straight up, like, you dumb, dog. Yeah. So it was like that pressure, like, dog, I got to pass this first time. I want nobody to look at me like, dang, boy, you dumb. Like, you feel me? So, like, of course, like,
kids are mean.
Cause like the first time I failed the writing part, and I was like, "Dang, boy, these fools gonna talk about me like, boy, you dumb, boy, you dumb." Well, it was that pressure, of course. Like around that time, that's why I think I had a surgery. I can't remember what surgery it was, but I think I was like on crutches or in a wheelchair, and I got to the test late already as it is, and I failed. I failed the first part of the graduation test, so it's already that pressure on me, and then. Like you said, Trav, like some people don't know what you got going on in your personal life. Somebody probably died in your family, substance abuse, physical abuse, So you already got pressure on you as life as it is, and then you come in and somebody else putting that more pressure on you. So that's to me that was my thing, like this pressure, like people putting that extra pressure on you. Dang, I got a good laugh on that one.
Man, we're gonna have to wrap it up, man. But there has to be some change to the philosophy that if somebody gets something wrong, that it's just the end all. You know what I mean? There has to be a better process to deal with failure in the education system. All right, because it's not realistic. It defeats people to keep on trying. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. The majority of people and the people who overcome that, they are our most successful people. But it's difficult. And that's only a handful of people. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's difficult. So we definitely got to change the way we deal with failure, because life is just more like that rainforest. Mm-hmm. It's just more like the rainforest. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, and the rainforest, I mean, it's stuff going all over the place. It's stuff happening all over the place, and it's not as neat as we try to make it seem. Mm. All right, so yeah, man, that's what we talked about today, man. Is life more like a garden? Is it more like a rainforest? Yeah. You know what I mean, what gives you what's the most beautiful? What's gonna give you the most beauty in the way that you try to live? We're gonna wrap it up, man. We're gonna end with our weekly motivation. You know what I mean? A quick little snapshot. So, go ahead.
I'll take it first, man.
You seem like you want to go.
Yeah, man. I was just sitting here thinking about that as we was talking. So, to stay on subject what we was talking about, man, about the failure. I just want to leave everybody with this, man. Let y'all know that failure is not the opposite of success. It's a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Without failure, there would not be success. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't know the joy of success. You wouldn't know how it feels. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, just going off what we was talking, like, don't be afraid of failure, It's just setting you up for greatness, man. That's what I got.
Good job.
I think I'm gonna stick with the model I pretty much talked about at school this week. I was just talking with the kids about time. Just utilize your time. everything does not require your time. Some negativity may require your time, but not all negativity requires your time, kids. You don't always have to react to negativity.
So you can't dance to every song.
That too, you cannot dance to every song. So that was the main thing I was talking to the kids today, because kids now, they quick tempered. They just, but that's what I want to leave people with.
Dukes, man. Your Mama Dukes just tuned in.
Oh yeah, Mama, I love you. But like I said, just utilize your time. Everyone is a lot the same 24 hours throughout the day. Just value your time, because like I said, you never know when is your time to go. So value time, utilize your time, and yeah.
Good man. I think mine for the week is gonna be focus on yourself. All right.
I was gonna say that.
You was gonna say that? Yeah, man. Focus on yourself, man, and in that, and whatever situation you in, think about your role in it. You know what I mean? Like get your mind off the other person's role and everything else. What other people should be doing. What's your role in it? You know what I mean? And even if somebody is doing something to you or whatever, still it's the way you hearing it. That's you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Focus on yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And with that, take care of yourself a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, don't always window shop. Every now and then, buy yourself the $15 shirt or whatever it is. And like, you know what I mean? Do something.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Make you feel good.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think we had a pretty good show, man.
Yeah.
Talk to us, Big Trail.
Yes, sir. Man, yeah. If y'all trying to reach us, man, we here. Y'all can reach us through email at the email is whatifsavannah at gmail.com. Facebook, we here on Facebook, #whatifsav. We also on Instagram, and that's at @whatif_SAV. And we still got our tutoring going on, and that's for math, English, Spanish, and some SAT prep for, our high schoolers getting ready for college. Y'all would send some of them from the castle on us. But more information about us or just our tutoring, y'all can go to our website, and that's www.whatifsav.com.
Try, you were saying how you was having trouble with the math.
Yeah.
You know what? When I do the tutoring, what always help with the math, related to money. It never go wrong, bro. It never go wrong. And
how can you relate? Well, I guess you can do fractions with money.
Oh
too.
man, I knew you was about to say fractions. That's one of the best fractions and decimals.
How can you simplify fractions with money?
Easy.
Okay.
Yeah, easy.
All right.
Huh?
I passed. I'm done. I ain't taking no more. I might have to in the future, but
I gotta get myself ready, because I know I'm about to take a couple tests. Like I said, I'm trying to take the GATE pretty soon. I'm trying to take some technical certifications. So, about to get ready for that. Yeah, my mom just wrote, "Love my boys." So
yeah, man, we love you. We love you too, Mama J. I said that.
Like I said, love you.
Yeah, man, we're gonna go ahead and sign out, man. This is the What If Podcast, where possibility begins. It's your boy CJ.
it's your boy Trav. I'm out.
And this your boy Charles.
Hey, man, love y'all. Thanks for tuning in.
Peace.
Share, like,
Cut
comment,
it out.
All that.
repost, read this, redistribute.
And we out.